locked.
A pinboard?
I assume it belongs to that woman over there.
Right. We'd better talk to her first.
What's in these old wooden crates?
I don't know. I can't get them open.
What did I tell you? Always bring the crowbar.
Oh? Ah, weary travelers. Take a seat by the fire, shake out your boots.
We're not weary travelers.
Then why do you both look so haggard and trail-worn?
Ouch. There goes my self-esteem for the rest of the day.
We're detectives. I'm Grimoire, and this is Sally. We're here investigating the murder of Magnus Mortuga, your previous captain.
My captain? Never. My captain is the moonlight as it shimmers across the lake. My captain is the wind as it whispers through the valley.
Who is this woman?
No idea. I kind of like her, though.
My name is Moon. Mariana Moon.
Aha. And what do you do?
I do not do. I simply am.
So, what, you're just some random traveler?
A traveler, yes, but random, never. I'm here because I chose to be. I've been searching for the Mortuga submarine for some time, you know.
How come?
How come? This thing is the motherlode.
The motherlode of what?
Of whispered half-truth, of murky rumor, of stories unspoken.
Oh, like urban myths and stuff?
Right. Urban myths and stuff.
So you're a historian?
Historian, storyteller, rambler, ambler, fireside gambler.
How long have you been here?
Well, let's see. I arrived a few hours before the captain was murdered.
Oh, dang. Really?
Quite the story, isn't it?
But you're just on the submarine because you find it, interesting.
Would that be such a crime?
No. Murder's a crime, though, pretty sure.
A merciless wind rattles the rotting wood of the old silkworm harbour, the shadow of a vessel lurking low in the night-black water. A mysterious stranger steps onto her foredeck. Cloaked in darkness, she slips inside the submarine. Who is she? What is her dark purpose?
It's you. We get it.
A mysterious stranger, I said. She descends into an ornate parlour, empty, save for a lone figure standing by the fire.
So, not empty.
He turns, his face still half hidden in flickering shadow. It is Captain Magnus Mortuga.
What was he like?
Nice guy. Stoic, but polite. Kind. He tells me to wait in the control room and then disappears off towards the back of the ship. After a little while, he comes back. But now, he's a slightly different man.
What do you mean?
The light is gone from his eyes. He seems sad, angry. He avoids my gaze as he crosses the room to take hold of the wheel. He tells me to head down the ladder towards the mess hall. Doing so, I encounter two gentlemen named Mr. Worman and Mr. Grip. Neither of them look like sailors, so I know they can't be crew. I assume they must be guests like me. And true enough, it transpires that Mr. Worman is a writer and Mr. Grip is, some kind of watch repairman. Captain Mortuga reappears, descending the ladder. He asks the two men to show me around the submarine and introduce me to the others. Then he disappears through the rear corridor. It's the last time I see him alive. Mr. Worman apologizes, explains he's too tired, and leaves through the opposite corridor. Mr. Grip, unable to come up with such an excuse, agrees to show me around. Now, I wrote this down in my diary, so I may as well let you read it. Imagine my excitement
to finally get a good look around the Mortuga submarine. I was even given a tour by one of Mortuga's subordinates, a Mr. Godric Grip. We began by visiting a bizarre laboratory known as the Dream Chamber. It smelled of dried herbs and dusty glass, but was devoid of its dream custodian. An early disappointment. The captain's cabin was locked. Mr. Grip explained how Captain Mortuga mostly keeps this room locked when it's not in use. We climbed down into the living quarters, where a pair of bunk rooms sat at the end of a corridor. The first smelled of crane dust and unwatered flowers. A young woman was laying in her bed, poring over an old document. She hastily hid the document away and introduced herself as Miss Cynthia Seafoam, a name to remember, dear reader, as she will shortly become quite important. The second bunk room smelled of aftershave and desperation. The two men within, Mr. James Werman and Mr. Dirk Dansom, both appeared to be asleep, so we decided not to intrude. Next on the tour, a room inhabited, by the looks of things, by a young child who is also a stage magician. Sadly, this mythical child magician is nowhere to be seen. The room at the very end of the hallway was sealed with a heavy bulkhead door. Mr. Grip dismissed it as a storeroom that only Captain Mortuga makes use of. Perhaps you'll agree with me, dear reader, when I suggest the peculiarity of a simple storeroom being sealed off with such a significant door. Mr. Grip took me down to the cargo hold. Smells of damp wood and tarred rope. Yes, I describe it in the present tense, for it is here I sit as I write this very diary. Next door, the engine room, burnished bronze and tea-stained parchment. I learned that it's something of a nest for Mr. Grip himself, and thus was currently unoccupied. Outside, I encountered a Dr. Zacharias Zephyr, the aforementioned keeper of the Dream Chamber. Surprised to see us, he nearly dropped the empty glass bottle he was carrying. Clearly wishing to remove himself from the situation, the good doctor muttered something inaudible and disappeared up the ladder. We continued on into the next room, which I was amused to discover was some kind of shimmering mermaid grotto. I smelled her before I saw her, the unmistakable mix of salt, seaweed, and sequined spandex. It can only be Madame Tadpole, a name which may be familiar to long-time readers of this diary. Tadpole and I caught up, while Mr. Grip skulked in the doorway, clearly hoping this would mark the end of the tour, but it did not, dear reader. It did not.
Right, so, yes, I can see there's one more room to visit. Mr. Grip insists it's just the bilge, a dark, dank and smelly place, ill-frequented by humankind. I tell him he couldn't have sold it to me better if he'd tried. We enter the bilge, but it's too dark to see anything. Mr. Grip, who is clearly tiring of my company by this point, opens the vent in the ceiling to let in a little light. Moments later, a voice is heard, echoing down from above.
Whose voice?
A young woman, and then an older woman. I can't remember exactly what was said, but I remember thinking it sounded a little like poetry.
What happened next?
The sound of a scream, and then a dull thud.
Oh. Yeah, that sounds like a murder.
But which murder?
Anyway, by this point I've used up all my patience, so I decide to take my leave. I thank Mr. Grip for the tour and return to my new lodgings in the cargo hold. I have to put up my tent twice, as on the first attempt a sudden movement of the submarine undoes my progress. After some time, Mr. Grip and the young Miss Seafoam appear in my doorway. It seems they've come to fetch me for some kind of official submarine business. We head back towards the mess hall, Mr. Grip and Miss Seafoam heading up the ladder before me. I spot Dr. Zephyr emerging from the airlock. He has a glass bottle in one hand and what looks like an old leather bag in the other. I update him with what little information I have and attempt to catch up with the others. Laying on the floor is the body of Captain Magnus Mortuga. Amongst the living, mutterings are breaking out. Murder and mutiny, cauldrons and curses. But with Zephyr finally in attendance, Tadpole calls for order, demanding justice for her slain captain. But nobody really seems to know what to say. The next morning, it's announced that Miss Seafoam has taken over as captain. And, well, here we are.
What's in these old wooden crates?
I don't know. I can't get them open.
What did I tell you? Always bring the crowbar. This is actually a pretty good place to hang laundry.
Assuming you want your clothes to smell like the cargo hold of a submarine.
That's a fire hazard. This whole room is a fire hazard.
A submarine can't burn down. It's underwater. I assumed it was tea, but actually it smells like coffee.
It's unfiltered too, and there's no milk.
Hardcore.
It's a pinboard. We'll come back later. It's a little mirror.
It could do with a polish.
You could do with a polish.
It's a tent.
It's a piece of fabric draped over a rope.
Yeah, a tent.
Hold on there, bucko. That's private, all right?
I enjoyed that she called you Bucko.
I can barely move these barrels. Oh, they must be full of something heavy.
Actually, I think they're empty.
Oh, well, wood is heavy.
What's in these old wooden crates?
I don't know.
What did I tell you? Always bring the... It's a big traveler's backpack. It smells like soil and grass.
When you're done smelling it, there's something in the pouch I think we should take a look at.
It's the cargo hold.
It's made entirely out of, aren't we?
It's the cargo hold.
It's made entirely out of wood.
And?
And we're in a submarine, aren't we?
There's a twig on the floor.
Oh, maybe it's a dowsing rod, for fighting water.
Sure. What's in these old ones? Always bring... It's the cargo hold.
It's made
and?
aren't we?
So many colors.
I count at least 6. Just saw another one. 7.
Hey, it's me, Madam Tadpole. Yep, that's my name. First question. Go.
Are you a mermaid, or what's the deal?
Great question. Half mermaid. The top half, obviously. From the waist up, all mermaid. And as you can see, I have the legs of an ordinary human woman.
An ordinary human woman?
Who happens to be an Olympic-level swimmer. Second question. Go.
So, Madam Tadpole, you're a professional swimmer? Or a professional mermaid?
I'm not a professional anything, not anymore. I'm done with all that.
Do you have gills?
Nope, it's a tattoo. Sorry to disappoint.
It's cool. Why'd you get it?
I've always been real good at holding my breath underwater, like scary good. The other kids used to call me Fish Girl.
Kids can be mean.
I'd say they had it right.
How come you're here on the submarine?
Okay, so I like to go diving. In the sea, deep.
Oh, like with an oxygen tank and a mask?
No. I don't use any of that stuff. Anyway, so one time I went too deep. I wasn't going to come back up. I was pretty much done for. Somehow Magnus found me, pulled me into his submarine. He brought me back. I owe him my life.
Wait, so are you from Silkworm? Were you living in the town?
Nope, I'm from far away.
Then how come you were diving into this bit of ocean?
Oh, well, yeah, I was visiting the town. For work.
What kind of work?
Performance art. Kinda. Like I said, I'm done with all that.
So, Mortuga saved you from drowning, and you just decided to stay?
It's where I belong. The ocean. I had my fill of living on land. I've got no interest in going back.
Looks like you've made yourself pretty comfortable down here.
Magnus offered me one of the bunk rooms, but I turned him down. And yeah, over time I turned the airlock into a nice little home for myself.
Where did you get all this stuff? The mirrors, the bottles.
Shipwrecks, shipping containers, you name it. If it falls into the ocean, I consider it fair game.
You go swimming out in the actual ocean.
Course.
Isn't it cold? And what about the water pressure?
What about him? That's for other people to worry about.
So, how do you get out into the sea? Or do you just go from up on deck?
See that hole in the middle of the room? Leads down into a big old water tank with a door that leads outside. I go out into the ocean every single day.
Jeez, I'm impressed.
Like I said, this is where I belong.
How long have you been living here?
I stopped worrying about times and dates. It doesn't mean much down here. But I know I arrived after Sim and before Dirk.
Do you get on with the other suspects?
Oh, sure. It's a nice group. I was closest with Magnus, though. He was one of a kind. I remember the sub did a weird kind of tilt. Don't know what it was, but anyway, it woke me up. So yeah, I'm trying to go back to sleep, but I can't because now there's all these footsteps outside my room. I get up and check outside. Nothing. So I check the bilge.
Was anyone in there?
No, but something's dripping into the water. I get a closer look and it's blood coming through the drain that connects to the room above. So I head up there to check. The door's locked. I open it up.
You unlocked it? How?
By turning the wheel. So okay, I guess it's not really locked. More like shut.
Could anyone turn that wheel?
Probably not. It takes some upper body strength. I go inside and that's when I find him. Dead. Killed, looks like. I get angry. I'm out for revenge. I gotta find the guy who did it. So I run to the mess hall. Nobody. Climb up to the parlor. Nobody. Then I notice the hatch up to the foredeck was left open. Someone's making an escape, I think. Cowardly. I go up on deck. Nobody. I look across to the aft deck.
Let me guess. Nobody.
Nah, there was a demon. Yep. Glowing eyes, single horn coming out of the head, like an antler, kind of.
Was it a person?
I don't know, maybe. It was dark. I could only really make out the eyes, and it wasn't looking at me. It was looking out to the side, at the ocean, I guess. Then it starts talking.
What did it say?
No idea. Alien language.
Eddie. What?
Okay, even I'm making notes now. This is the best statement we ever got.
Oh yeah, there was this big green light. Not sure where it was coming from, though. It can't be anything good, I figure. Better put a stop to it. So I took one of the oars off the old rowing boat and threw it. Hard. Direct hit. Its head came off, pretty sure. I saw it fall into the ocean.
Suspect vanquishes demon with improvised javelin.
After that, the green glow went away, so now it's too dark to see anything. I want to be sure, so I jump off the side and swim over to the aft deck. But nope, nothing. Then I dive down past the back of the sub to take a look around.
Did you see anyone?
No. No. How should I put this? I'm pretty sure I was being watched. Like I could feel something was out there with me. I don't know. Sorry.
Did you ever find the head of the demon or whatever it was? You said it fell into the ocean.
Oh yeah, I did actually. It was right there, floating in the water. Turns out it was this leather mask kind of thing.
A mask?
Like a full head mask, you know, kind of like a balaclava.
Do you still have it?
Nope. I took it back inside the submarine, left it right here in the airlock, and, it's gone. I think it got stolen.
That's, disappointing.
Tadpole, you didn't finish your statement.
Right. I left the airlock, told Cynthia to gather up the others and come up to the storeroom. Zephyr was in the mess hall. I told him to come too. So I go to the storeroom. Dirk's there with Werman and Sim. Everyone else shows up shortly after.
So, you all gathered at the crime scene. What happened?
Nobody wanted to admit to murder, so it was a bit of a stalemate. Most of the others made excuses and scurried off. Zephyr, Grip, and I stayed behind. I guess we were the ones who knew Magnus best. That's it. Story's over. Get out of here.
It's a diving helmet. One of those old, heavy ones.
You think it's a safe?
Nah, looks pretty dangerous.
A safe.
Oh. That's not it.
There are 9 dials placed around the diving helmet, and each one can be set to one of 4 different angles.
I guess that's wrong.
The dials are connected by little pipes along the surface of the diving helmet. Specifically, the pipes attach to one of the 4 quadrants of each dial, each of which is bearing a symbol.
Nothing.
Basically, the pipes connect some symbols to other symbols.
Right. We just need to rotate the dials. Nothing.
Basically,
Right. We just need to rotate. Go.
nice.
What's inside?
It's a collection of small mirrors.
You know, it might be fun to start a mirror collection. I could really see myself doing that. That's a big mirror.
It's the kind of mirror you'd walk through to get to Mirror World.
You've been to Mirror World? What's it like?
On reflection, it's not that great.
Ugh.
Old glass bottles.
Looks like they've all been salvaged from the ocean.
Hey, this one has a message inside. Oh, that reminds me. I need to buy new towels for my bathroom.
Sally, we're solving a murder here. Focus. Sally, how do you feel about swimming?
Nope, not happening.
It's a treasure chest. We can't reach it while it's underwater.
What a tease. It's the airlock hole.
It's filled up with water. We can't go down there.
So many colors.
I count at least 6. Just saw another one. 7. It's a ladder. It doesn't go anywhere, though.
I imagine it's for lowering into the hole so you can climb down.
Oh.
Or, you know, you could use it to display your collection of rusty jewelry.
An ornate teacup.
With an ornate crack down the side. She sells seashells by the seashore.
Terrible place to sell seashells. Anyone can get them for free. They're just lying around.
So many colors.
I count at least 6. Just saw another one. 7. Looks like a jellyfish.
It's 2 glass bowls and some seashells.
Right. But what does it look like?
Jellyfish. It's a collection of small mirrors.
You know, it might be fun. I could.
She sells seashells.
Terrible.
by-
Anyone can get them for free. They're just. It's a curved piece of wood.
Looks like it's from the hull of a ship.
An ornate teacup.
With an ornate crack. These shelves are grown from real
I
coral.
thought coral only grew in the
Well,
Lamb.
please stop. These shelves are grown from real coral.
I thought coral only grew in the ocean.
Well, there's a lot of salt and water in the air.
Oh yeah, I can taste it. Lamb, lamb, lamb.
Please stop. So many colors.
I just saw another one. 7.
Old glass bottles.
Looks like they've all been salvaged from the ocean.
Hey, this one has a message inside.
It's almost pitch black in here.
I'm guessing you didn't bring a flashlight.
We can use Dirk's cell phone. Do you think he'll mind?
Probably not.
You're not pointing it at anything.
Well, where should I point it?
Point it here.
Here?
No, not there.
Like this?
You're doing it wrong. Point it over here.
Over here.
A switch.
See? I knew what I was doing.
Dumb luck.
It looks like some kind of dial. That was right.
I'm impressed. What is that?
I have no idea. It's some kind of strange device.
What should we call it? What's this? The light is coming through an open drain in the ceiling.
A drain in the floor of the room above, you mean?
Literally the same thing. It's a thigh-high pool of dirty water.
Don't say thigh-high. Say knee-high or waist-high.
But it was in between the two. Yeah, this room smells like rust and dirty seawater.
I kind of like it.
I knew you were gonna say that. You always like the worst smells. Yeah, this room smells like rust and dirty seawater.
I kind of like it.
I knew you were gonna say that. You always like the worst smells. A glass bottle.
It's just trash.
And don't be so quick to dismiss it. One man's trash is another man's... Oh, yeah, no, it's just trash. It's a thigh-high pool,
Don't say
but it
me.
was in between... A glass...
just-
Oh, yeah, no, it's just trash. Yeah, this room smells like rust and
I
dirty...
kind of like it.
I knew you always like the worst. Yeah, this room smells... You always like the worst. The switch is over here, somewhere. We already used it to open the drain in the ceiling. The switch is already used it to open. Yeah, this room smells like... You always like the worst. Yeah, this room smells... You always like the worst. Yeah, this room smells... You always like the worst. Yeah, this room smells... You always like the worst. Yeah, this room smells... You always like the worst. The light is coming through an open drain in the ceiling.
A drain in the floor of the room above, you mean?
Literally the same thing. So, the bilge collects excess water,
Sure.
meaning water is getting into the submarine from the outside.
Best not to think about it.
So, the bilge...
Sure. Best not to think about it.
Yeah, this room smells like... You always like the...
We can't get in there right now. Locked.
already solved it. We already solved it. We already solved it.
Locked.
We can't go outside right now.
Madam Tadpole's so cool. She's super strong and she can swim super fast.
I bet.
She knows all about the different kinds of fish,
Wow.
and she can hold her breath underwater for like ages.
Of course.
Also, she's traveled the world, she's had all these different jobs, met all these different people. I haven't done any of that stuff.
Well, she's a bit older than you.
Yeah, I guess. Dirk's okay, I guess. I've not got a lot in common with him. He grew up in a big sunny city. I grew up in a little gray fishing town where it literally never stops raining.
I guess he's pretty wealthy now, too. From his movie.
I don't know. I heard he didn't get paid that much at all.
Really?
Something about his contract, his agent.
I'll get my violin out. I'm sure he's doing just fine.
Let's change the subject. I prefer to not speak ill of my crew behind their backs.
I think Cynthia just remembered she's supposed to be the captain.
I'm probably gonna have to draw up some rules on keeping pets. It's not that I want to ban them, but, you know, maybe a rule about not keeping them secret.
And, what's this got to do with Zephyr?
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's keeping an animal in there, in his dream chamber.
But you've not actually seen it.
No, I heard him talking to it, though. A few times.
What kind of pet do you think it is?
It could be anything. Dr. Zephyr's into some pretty weird stuff. And he's got, like, black market connections. Sim was telling me about it.
Black market?
Oh, wait. She told me not to tell anyone else. Forget I said that.
Sure thing.
I can see you writing it down. Mr. Warman? I usually just try to stay out of his way. He's kinda grouchy.
Did you know him before the submarine?
No. He did grow up in Silkworm, but he lived uptown in a big fancy house. And I, didn't.
Born with a silver spoon in his mouth, huh?
Come to think of it, I don't actually think Warman was born in Silkworm. And, I think he might have mentioned something about disclaiming his inheritance.
I guess he wanted to make his own money.
Which, by all accounts, is exactly what he did after he left town and wrote that book.
So why would he need to come back?
He just really wanted to meet him, I guess.
Meet who?
Who else? Captain Mortuga.
When did you first meet Mortuga?
When he let me into the submarine.
Oh, it's just, you're both from Silkworm. I thought maybe you'd have run into him before that.
My parents did. I know that much.
Remind me.
The harbor master and the shipyard mechanic.
Ah, that tracks.
So Mortuga lived an active life back then. He wasn't like a recluse?
I don't think he's ever been outgoing, but from what I gather, he was very loyal to the few friends he did have. In fact, I'm pretty sure he was trying to reconnect with someone he once knew from the town.
Who was it? Did he say?
No, I never found out.
You said you're 18? Where are your parents?
My stepfather's still in Silkworm. He's too stubborn to leave, even though the town's pretty much dead.
Whereabouts?
The shipyard beneath the lighthouse. That's where I live, too.
Sounds like it might have been an interesting place to grow up.
It used to be. Nowadays, it's basically just a big pile of rust.
What about your mother? I'm sorry.
It's okay.
So, Cynthia, why did you want to become captain of a submarine?
Not a submarine. This submarine. Like I said, it's just the way it's meant to be. Mariana Moon? I've barely known her longer than you have.
Do you know why she's on the submarine?
I have to assume she was invited.
So, what? Nobody's allowed on board without being invited?
Naturally.
Who invited you?
Okay, maybe I'm an exception, but Captain Mortuga granted me access and he let me stay. So it amounts to the same thing.
Now that you're captain, you could tell Mariana to leave if you don't like her.
I never said I didn't like her. I think she's very interesting.
Wow.
Sim's my best friend.
Well, that's nice.
She's really cool and weird, and she knows all kinds of stuff about illusions and magic and curses and psychics and haunted dolls.
What a ringing endorsement.
Curses?
Oh yeah, Sim's obsessed. She's convinced that she's cursed, or even that she is a curse. That's why she wears that locket.
I don't know. This sounds like kind of an unhealthy predisposition.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm actually pretty worried about her, especially since,
No?
So it's looking like Sim was the last person to see Mortuga alive. They were both in that storeroom the evening he died. The Illusion Theater.
I wonder if Sim would let us take a closer look at that locket of hers.
Can't hurt to ask.
Hello? Is anyone there?
I think there's someone in that basket.
What on earth are you doing?
Aha! Customers! Come in, and welcome to Mr. Grip's Emporium.
Wait, what?
I guess he's Mr. Grip.
What's that? You'd like a succinct yet exhaustive rundown of our operational philosophy?
I don't think I said that.
Here at Mr. Grip's, we plot the unplottable, chart the unchartable, and measure the unmeasurable. No sea too vast, no night too dark, no fog too thick. With the right contraption in your pocket, even the great unknown may be quantified and calculated. So fret not, noble navigator, as we stock all the essentials. I'm sorry, you can't afford this item.
I don't want it.
I'm afraid you...
I know! I'm not trying to buy anything!
Apologies, you can't afford that one.
Ugh.
Mr. Grip, we're not customers. We're detectives. We need to talk to you.
Why didn't you say so? Now, what is it you wanted to know?
Can I get your full name?
Godric Grip of Mr. Grip's Emporium.
And that's this little shop you run down here in the engine room, for some reason.
This is merely the newest branch. The flagship site is back in Circuum-on-Sea.
Yeah, we saw it. It's all boarded up.
Yes, well, I can't make a living selling compasses to the ghosts in a ghost town, can I?
So that's what you do? Sell compasses? Seems kind of niche.
We buy, sell, and service all manner of nautical navigation equipment. What's that? Ah, yes, we also provide cartographic consultation. We'll analyze and decipher any map, all for a low, low fee. Some maps may be invalid, fee to be decided on a case-by-case basis.
Sorry, did you just talk to your stick?
You mean Cornelius Kane?
And he's given it a name. Great.
Don't ask any follow-up questions. Maybe he'll let us move on. How'd you wind up here?
I crashed my hot air balloon into the ocean. Whole thing came down. Dreadful. And of course, I've never been a swimmer, don't have the upper body strength.
How'd you crash your balloon?
A rather spirited disagreement with a flock of migratory pelicans led to an abrupt
Sure, okay. And the actual reason?
storm.
There we go.
Wait, so you're an aeronaut? I thought you were a shopkeeper.
Yes, well, you're quite right, of course. But I've been inspired to leave my shop behind and head out on a journey of discovery into the great unknown. That was the plan, at least. As you can see, I didn't make it very far at all.
So there's a storm, the balloon crashes, you fall into the ocean, then what?
Enter Captain Mortuga. He finds me adrift, fishes me out of the water, and promptly places me here.
In the engine room? Was every other room taken?
On the contrary, only Mortuga and Zephyr were living here when I arrived, so I rather had the run of the place. Cornelius and I just agreed this would be the best place to set up shop, as it were.
Why did you set up your shop again? You just said you'd been inspired to leave it behind.
I had to make myself useful somehow, didn't I? Let's see. I'd taken Cornelius up to the mess hall. Poor fellow needed a little repair work, you see.
Were you alone up there? Aside from Cornelius, I mean.
No, Werman was there, working away on his typewriter. Then, all of a sudden, somebody new came down the ladder. A woman by the name of Mariana Moon. Werman and I conversed with her for a few minutes before Mortuga himself entered the room. He passed through towards the child's room and the storeroom, but before he left, he asked us to provide Mariana with a tour of the submarine. Werman feigned a sudden fatigue and slithered off back to his room, leaving me as the solitary tour guide.
You do kinda look like a tour guide, to be honest.
Yes, well, I won't bore you with a blow-by-blow. I'm sure Mariana will cover that in her statement. Suffice it to say, we ended up in the bilge at the very back of the submarine. And there we were, standing in the dark, when all of a sudden, a voice echoed down from above.
Mortuga's voice?
No, a young woman's, possibly two different women. The voices were followed by the sound of a blade, and finally a dull thud, like something hitting the ground.
Sounds like a murder to me.
What did Mariana make of all this?
Well, apparently satisfied by our impromptu eavesdropping session, she made her farewells and left.
You didn't go with her?
No, I stayed a little longer.
Did you hear any other weird noises?
I did. First, the sound of the storeroom door wrenching open and then closing again. Secondly, some kind of short, heavy scrape, mechanical. And finally, a dull thud, like something hitting the ground.
Sorry, again?
How many murders were there?
I didn't really know what to do with myself after that, but an unexpected lurch of the submarine caused me to very nearly topple over into the bilge water. So I decided to take my leave and return to the safety of my engine room.
You didn't want to go upstairs and see what was going on?
I certainly thought about it. Ultimately, I think it came down to cowardice on my part.
You didn't want to run to the murderer.
So, let's see. I was sat there, feeling rather pathetic, when Cynthia appeared in my doorway.
What did she want?
Well, she had a compass she wanted me to fix. I agreed to take a look at it for her. But that wasn't the end of it. She then told me she'd been asked to bring me upstairs, along with everyone else. And so, after fetching Mariana from next door, the three of us went up to the storeroom. I saw Mortuga's body laying on the floor, saw the cut across his neck. The cowardice I'd felt before, compounded. Tadpole spoke to the room. She wanted a confession, or even just an explanation. It goes without saying that nobody was willing to offer one. Really, that's the end of it. After that, several things happened very quickly. Cynthia became captain, decided to bring in a detective. You two arrived, and here we are.
Who are these guys?
Just some of my satisfied customers.
Sail on now.
Can I buy something with my wages?
We don't get paid until we solve the mystery.
What if we don't solve it? Do I still get paid? Grimoire?
A selection of some of my more unusual compasses. Please peruse at your leisure.
That's the one.
Good job.
Did something unlock?
Nope.
Yeah, it did. I heard it. Sounded like a box opening.
Pure conjecture.
It's a big compass. It's a big compass. Noisy, dangerous, confusing. Yep, it's an engine room.
I thought you were talking about me. Is that the balloon part of a hot air balloon?
I think so. And it's branded with a logo. Mr. Grip's Emporium. We already solved it.
It's open.
What is that? Some kind of scroll?
That is not for sale. Please don't touch it.
Too late. Sorry.
these guys?
Just some of my satisfied customers.
How many mystery writers does it take to change a light bulb? 2. One to hold the bulb, and the other to give it an unexpected twist.
Nice. Noisy, dangerous, confusing. Yep, it's an engine room.
I thought you were talking about me.
Noisy, dangerous.
I thought you were talking about me. Greasy, rattling, spewing hot steam. Yep, it's an engine.
I thought you were talking about me. If I turn this wheel, you have to turn the other one.
Why?
Because one good turn deserves another. Noisy, dangerous.
I thought you were talking. Is that the balloon?
Mr. Grips. Noisy,
I
dangerous.
thought you were talking about. Greasy, rattling. Yep.
I thought you were talking.
Greasy. Yep.
I thought you were talking. We can't get in there, right?
Locked.
Sally, how do you feel about swimming?
Nope, not happening.
It's a treasure chest. We can't reach it while it's underwater.
What a tease.
I found out Mr. Grip wanted to be the submarine's navigator at one stage, but Mortuga never allowed it. After I became captain, I half expected Grip to come and ask about taking on the role.
But he didn't?
Nope.
Would you have said yes?
Of course. I have no idea why Mortuga didn't allow it, but Mr. Grip's clearly an expert. I would have welcomed his help.
I wonder why he didn't ask.
I'd guess he assumed Cynthia didn't want any help. Sorry, Cynthia, but you do give off a kind of I can do everything by myself vibe. Just a little.
Feedback duly noted.